Well, pretty quick first game here, but we're back into the action. That's a new mini map, Bug. I've never seen the player be shooting the entire time.
Yeah,
Infinite
I
is
haven't
apparently popping off with the dualies very early on. Is everyone shooting? No, okay, they were actually spamming over from T-spawn. I got excited for a second here. But Infinite's just popping off over by the blue box. Not quite sure what's going on there. As it is, a heavy play in towards ramp, and this is red like a book. Set up for from the CT side. Brazen, though, not getting the kills they were hoping for, getting overwhelmed, in fact. But in the wash, it's actually going to come out very nice and just be left to Cyrix to try and recover this round. The bomb is down. His teammates are gone. He is all on his lonesome, and a bullet right between the eyes will make it a very short stint in solo dolo land. Brazen take the pistol, no bomb plant this time. It's a very good start for the Brazen squad.
This is a great start indeed for Brazen, exactly what the doctor ordered on Nuke. And considering that they only win 28.9% of their T rounds of this map, historically, they need every round they can get on the CT side, which isn't much better at a 34.4, but it's better than nothing. Just Too Easy has bought dual Berettas against armor. I love the dualies, Mike. I love these pistols, but not in this situation. This is not the time for the dualies. It's a great skin, but the P250 is the same price and so much more potent than the Berettas.
I mean, yeah, against an armored player for sure. The dualie's helpful when you're on top of hut, perhaps, anticipating a rush on the other side. Not so much here. But let's see. Maybe Just Too Easy can make us eat our words. I don't think so. And Greg doesn't think so either. Freebie there. Dualie's getting you nothing. That's investment wasted.
Hey, it was nice to look at for a minute.
I think Pole's about to make some money, Boggs.
Yeah, I think so too. No armor, MP9. This is where you build that bank. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy peasy for Polo. And, well, Just Too Easy was already dead, so couldn't get the ace. But that's about as easy as it comes. If you're playing top hut with an MP9, Glocks, no armor, 2,400 in the bank.
Dollar bills, y'all. Every kill in that round came with an MP9, so that's a whole lot of extra cash. Hola. In case you're new to Counter-Strike and not familiar, the SMGs get you $600 as a kill reward instead of the normal $300. So double money. Yay. Everyone likes double money. That nade looked like it was going to be closer from the minimap. Fortunato. Space taken outside, though. Just the one CT smoke shown so far. This is actually a really interesting setup. For a second, I thought they were double playing it outside, but again, we do just have Infinite spamming Infinite here to accompany us. Infinite himself is actually just down in towards Secret. So it should be all good here in a moment. Despite losing his teammate up top, they've still got some presence here.
Looks to be a lot of A pressure, though. Brazen starting to push through hut with the MP9s, going for a lobby crunch. 3 players crunching in, 1 from ramp and the other 2 from hut. And Hydro's going to get 2 of the 3 players. And Polo's now going to back away with a Molotov in hand. Infinite's come up and gotten 1 kill, but this is a very tall task. He swung for a second, though, and taking out tENSKI makes this round actually viable. But they're going to go down towards B, at least presumably through the ramp area. Can wrap towards A from hell, but Infinite's dropped down to single door. Polo's upgrade, but he's popped open the door. He's spraying away Infinite, but he has not picked up another right. Clicks the flash out, has a molly prep. Smoke goes out to a singular door as Polo creeps the other direction towards stairs, and Just Too Easy's waiting for him. Clean spray. Does Infinite have it? Does Infinite have what it takes for the ace? A 1v3 ace clutch, 37 HP. A kit down towards double doors. Just Too Easy creeping in on his position.
Just Too Easy is the second version of him. He's green. He's slightly taller. Has an L on his hat. Infinite here. Likely going to back away. His weapon is worth having. Time is short. Oh, it was very risky there. Took the path of most resistance, but he has gotten out of here. And that rifle will live into the next. So, a victory for Unjustified early here, Boggs. Space taken, round demanded, bomb planted, and exploded. This is a really nice start here. This is their map pick. We expect to see a bit more from Unjustified. We need to see a lot more from Unjustified, but getting a solid gun round through without a whole lot of shenanigans is a good way to do it. Admittedly, there were some SMGs on the other side. It was a limited buy from Brazen. That won't be the case in this round. Guns are going to be up. Maybe there won't be an op, and Dane actually elects to go back to the MP9 in favor of more utility, but this is going to be the big test for Unjustified. Can they get past the rifles?
Yeah, they got a bit of a gift there with the triple crunching towards lobby with the SMGs. Micro did a good job of dealing with that too, not letting him really do any damage. But we'll see now with the 4 rifles in the MP9 what Brazen can do in this round. I would have loved to see a shotgun. I love shotguns on this map. There's so many different fun ways to play it. But Dane's going to go for the boring SMG. It's the MP9. Best SMG in the game by far. MP9 nerf win. But with all this outside control, Unjustified can really do a lot with this round. They have a good amount of time to go. And they can sweat Brazen out. Try and make Brazen get antsy and make a push somewhere. Take some picks for free that way. And soften up the defense. tENSKI's garage position too is so strong.
It's all going to be about the timing of how he plays it. So holding onto it for a while, though. Wrap their tendrils around the A site. It seems a mini wrap could be on deck. RZU has not got a lot of information outside. He thinks it's clear, but it's very much false information. Pressure going to come on here in a moment. Micro will get caught. That first casualty, and the second as well. It's decent trades. Even numbers, but RZU lost up top. That belies what's about to happen, and now it's chaos. JS Feltner apparently unaware that the vent is a thing. Oh no. They can't let this guy get away. They need to get down that vent. The nade might find tENSKI. No, he slips away. You get out of here.
Did he go lobby?
He did, yes. He swept through Squeaky back in towards lobby to get here for the ramp play. And Grape's now going to make a ton of noise, so he should be dead. tENSKI a little slow to react, a little slow to respond, but that bomb's still ticking away, and as Grape tries to clear, he's not going to expect the player at his back. Not at this point, not here, not now. He's going to go quick. He does have the read, but the bomb planted open. This should not be doable. This should not be viable. Who flinches first? tENSKI is there in time.
That's a good round for Unjustified. 2 in a row, giving this one some legs to stand on. It's T-side nuke, so you want 6. That's your solid half score right there. They're already 1/3 of the way there, and they should be half of the way there because Brazen are going to have nothing but pistols. And nothing but problems, really, too. Ancient's also not another good map for him, and Unjustified did get 13 against Team 1 in their one game they played on the map. So, right now for Unjustified, the latter 2 maps of this best of 3 do seem to favor them, at least statistically. Infinite just going to sit in the fence. He's going to go for the cheeky knife play. I respect it. Now, will Unjustified drop anyone down the vents? They haven't really so far. So, maybe a bit of false hope. That's a great ball off the pole. He's going to get flushed out, and how is he not taken out? That's a better question, but he's lucky to be alive out of that situation. And Unjustified are slowing it down again, waiting, burning down that clock, and seeing if Brazen want to get aggressive before making their move. Very disciplined approach to the map, and they look a lot more confident. We've only seen, this is now round 5 of the map, the map, and we see an Unjustified that's completely different from what we saw on Mirage, mowing down the players, pushing in from Brazen, and that's about as easy as it gets against the pistols there for Unjustified. Solid, clean round.
Op's going to be out in this round for Brazen. The big green on RZU. Everybody else with the rifles. Brazen at a big risk in this round. Fully invested here. Unjustified looking to pull into the lead. Start to build that T-side economy up quite nicely. And this could be a desperation station for Brazen very early. They don't have the utility to contend with this forever. And RZU gets caught outside. Never really even gets a target, never even gets a shot. There's a gap in that smoke, though, so there certainly were opportunities. Just too easy, he's going to catch another. It's looking very good indeed, and those kills outside will bring the bulk of the bodies back up. The op's been retrieved at least. Dangeros is going to bring that, but Let's get that in the right whack. Looking for the fight. Close-up shot. Does he escape? No, not enough time to chamber another round either. Polo will hug his spot. Hug his situation. Oh, do they open the door? They do! Polo still gets one, not the second. Not enough bullets for it. It's chaos, though, on site. It's madness every which way, and now Grape coming back in should have a shot, but JS Feltner's quicker on the trigger.
The crouch threw off the crosshair placement. That's what saved him there. Grape had the shots, just not the connections. He wasn't expecting the crouch player in the door. And good little off-angle play there from JS Feltner. Unjustified, double the score. Brazen now 2/3 of the way to that 6 rounds you want on T's side. Nuke. Things looking good for Brazen here, or for Unjustified here. For Brazen, not so good. P250, Deagles, 5-7. It's pretty poor right now for them on the CT side. Getting a bit of the same treatment they were delivering to Unjustified on Mirage. Polo sitting on top hut. He's been good for one from his position. He had the nice work here with the MP9 too against the no armor players, but aside from the pistol and the ensuing anti-eco, there's been no glimmer of hope for Brazen at all. Pretty much once the rifles have come through, Unjustified have been doing a great job. And there's the opener there from JS Feltner. Takes a lot of damage though, down to 10 HP. 90% of his health is gone. Infinite, though, in Garage, if he's not cleared properly, can pick up a gun. In the meantime, though, his teammates are just going to fall away. They're going to fade, and there's not really much he can hope to do, even if he does recover this AK from tENSKI, who's looking the wrong direction. And it should be a 5th on the board for Unjustified, although Grapes picked up one, and a chance for Dane!
What?
He got one! Yes, I agree.
Okay. All right. That's egregious. That's a major missed opportunity. tENSKI saves their bacon. Teammates clean, or relatively at the very least, and tENSKI's just gonna kill everybody in this round. That was a huge oversight, and BrazenDanejoris nearly made them pay for it. My goodness, that could have gotten very wild indeed. As it is, 5 rounds already stacked up for Unjustified. We'll get another investment here from Brazen. For my money, I would like to see the op have a little bit more impact. RZU's looked a bit lost outside, very twitchy on it, panicky on it, and as a result, we've had moments where Unjustified have just been able to take space for free, just been able to slide things on through, and frankly, we can't have that. So utility in early, Infinite trying to police this. Where is RZU? He's not here. The op is going to be focused in towards ramp instead. That's, I mean, it's a fine adjustment. If he's not finding outside to his liking, just shift the roles. Move him around. Just too easy. Will be down secret. Strong spot.
Infinite's a very good outside player, so it's not like you're losing anything if you're Brazen by putting him out there. You're losing the op presence, yes, but the op should be more mobile on this map anyways. It should be over towards ramp. It should be outside. It should be in squeak or holding squeaky for mini. It should be all over the map. That's how you really work a good CT side on Nuke, making your opponents never know where that op's going to show up, making them use a lot of utility just to gain the bare minimum of space required to start the football. Nice opening there from Micro, though, as BrazenRZU goes way too aggressive all alone. That's going to open up so much space for the T side to exploit. Grape tries to come through ramp, but Micro's heating up here on this map, too. Dane's going to now re-aggress, and this is a trap that Brazen have fallen into multiple times on these gun rounds. They lose a player, and they push everywhere else isolated and alone, and they just get caught out one by one by one. Dane, the next victim. Infinite stuck in garage, thinking, what is going on? Why is all of my team dead? And he'll join him in the afterlife. A flawless victory from Unjustified. But Brazen need to fix what's going on right here and now. Timeout is called, and this is very good. Because, again, they're walking into angles. They're taking solo, isolated, aggressive fights with no information and no utility on the CT side, giving a defaulting Unjustified free opportunities. Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. It rarely does. Has not looked at all complete here from the Brazen camp. It seems like we might be getting a pause in here. Hope that's not of a technical nature, but it seems like we might have something here. Okay, something's going on here, so we're gonna go ahead and hop on over to our camera so you can look at our lovely faces, because I know that's what you really want. That's what you really want here. You want to see us. That's what's been missing from your life. In the meantime, we did have a technical pause here, but I am happy to say that it does get resolved very quickly, so we should be back in the action in just a flash. Shift up for Brazen. I'd imagine that if they want to go for this aggression where we've seen some players just pushing things, they need to do it in a little bit more of a design manner. You know, drop the utility to take red box control early, to push for outside, to pressure that, something of that nature. Otherwise, you got to be patient, man. Nuke is a map that favors a lot of patience, and we haven't really seen it from Brazen just yet.
Yeah, and if you're going to go aggressive, a lot of the time you want to go outside aggressive. Two players fighting around Glaive and Red Box, trying to take the outside approach. Going lobby aggression doesn't usually work all too often unless you're able to combine it with the utility, which Brazen haven't done. The one time they lobby crunched, all three players dry peaked. It didn't work. They got mowed down by Micro. And that's the biggest problem too from Brazen, is when they do go for these aggressive peaks, there's literally no utility usage. There's no flashes. There's no smokes to isolate angles. There's no Molotovs to clear out angles. They're just going in dry. And at this level of Counter-Strike, you are going to get punished for that every single time. And Cyrix has the opening now, and that's out to the outer yard. He's using the op to good effect outside, and that's what you wanted to do on the T side, is just get those opening picks. Polo's going to go in through the smoke. This actually is going to work out well.
He's back to a player, I'm pretty sure. There's someone right behind him. He'll realize in time, but it'll be an instant trade. Ah, they were hugging. They were butt to butt. Hook is touching.
Oh, boy.
Can't do that in the workplace. This is a nuclear power plant here. I'm sure they've got an HR department. Can't be doing that in the workplace. RZU and Grape will be trying something, anything, to make this round happen, but it's not likely to be. Unjustified haven't really been giving these advantages back over, so it's going to be in towards the lower site. It's just going to be into a very comfortable bomb plant, and at this point, it might be a case of what can you bring into the next round. RZU's got armor. That's worth having. There's a gun down somewhere, I believe, from JS Feltner, although it is being watched by Micro. That's not retrievable. RZU 1 kill. RZU, that's just 1 kill.
Just 1 kill. Not really you can expect too much out of that round, though. It's deagles, pistols, minimal utility and armor. It's a wash. But Brazen are definitely in the washing machine right now. And Unjustified are cleaning them up. It is a great showing from them. And kind of what I expected seeing their nuke versus Brazen's nuke. Brazen's nuke does not inspire confidence. And Unjustified are taking full advantage of that. They're reading this one very well. This play from Dane, it could lead to 2 though, and he gets actually helped out by Polo, and BrazenRZU's holding the angle too. Just too easy, does get 1. Cyrix trades it back into a 2v3 bomb on the back of JS Feltner. BrazenRZU's outside in coat room. He's got an angle on the cross, but Cyrix has a good angle with the op too. It's going to come down to a bit of who wins the duel, and there is Peeker's advantage in online Counter-Strike. Cyrix has an angle, but BrazenRZU hits the shot. And there you go. Definition of Peeker's advantage right there. I thought Cyrix had that one dead to rights, but no. Gets flicked on, and JS Feltner now weaseling down to the lower site. Can get the bomb down at the very least. But he has aspirations of A.
Yeah, damage is actually more important in this situation. If you look at the T-side economy, right, they got plenty of cash. A bomb plant without the round win doesn't matter that much. Oh, it's just been spotted, and RZU will just come back into the fight. That's one thing about RZU. Always eager for the peak, always eager for the fight, always ready to come back into it. This round, it works out to the tune of 3 big killaroos. So, Brazen on the board with 3 alive. Here's the chance to build and recover. Because let's be real, it is about recovery at this point. Stemming the bleeding, healing to make this a recoverable map at the very least. They got to keep doing it, though. There's so much T-side economy that this buy's coming through. The next buy will come through. Frank, there might be a buy after that. Built up lost bonus. There's a lot of cash available for Unjustified. Pressure outside. I like this aggression. It's a different look, at least for Infinite. He's playing very exposed in the smoke, though. This could be frisky. This could be risky. Let's watch Infinite. And he is going to get 1. He is going to get 2. He's still somehow alive, though he will finally be checked. In the meantime, his teammates are all gone. So that's less ideal. Advantage back to Unjustified.
Yeah, Infinite does all this work alone, and everyone else just gets picked off one-on-one. RZU has the sound cue that somebody's running through Squeaky, and maybe even knows there's somebody in towards Mini as well. Dodges the flash, has the nice opening shot, but he's going to get sprayed down. No, he's not! He's holding the line with a big green! JS Feltner B-hops around the corner, and mows him down with a nice, well-placed headshot. Grape, the last one standing in a 1v1. JS Feldner looking for the 1v2. Creeping out behind Tetris, has the angle onto the player in Scaff, but Grape's going to win the duel in the end. Doesn't take any damage, grabs the op, and a 4th round on the board for Brazen. A little bit to build off of now. We'll see if they can bring it forward, if they can take this one at very least, get to 6, 7. There's a chance for 8. A little unlikely, but there's a chance. It comes with stringing around Brazen. You've got to put them on the board steadily. You cannot let these rounds get isolated, and you cannot take that many casualties. You will not succeed losing 4 players every single round you win. Your economy's going to break regardless on the CT side. And Unjustified still have enough for another buy in the next round, too. So they're not in a bad economic spot just yet. And a smoke wall outside. Just let tENSKI worm around. Try and get an opening pick. Just tuck his way into secret. Wait for something to happen.
Minute 20 on the clock, all quiet for now. Bits and bobs of utility chucked on out here. As of yet, no big moves. Here comes the hit. Dangejoris with 2. The player will get down vent, but they've cleaned up the outside presence. It's all into Cyrix and Micro. And where's the bomb? The bomb is down. The bomb is down. They weren't waiting up around. Now RZU reveals his presence. That's too little too late. And Micro, with an isolated player, is going to be able to punish that. Cyrix is not in position here, and he will get checked. So it's no harm, no foul for Brazen. But they did a really good attempt at giving an opportunity back into that round over to Unjustified. They panicked when that bomb went down and all start swinging one by one. There's just not the coordination here. When you have an isolated player, you got to play together, and instead they're just all checking. They're all checking. I don't know whether it's comms, whether it's just timing and chemistry, but something about it. Brazen just really make an effort in allowing Unjustified back into rounds that they don't need to be in.
Yeah, that's true. And it's been the case since Mirage, too. It's not a new thing we're seeing. And for Brazen, it's kind of been a consistent issue for a couple seasons at this point, and a bit of a limiting factor of their overall successes. So, we'll see if they're going to be able to make some changes. Definitely just still early on in this season, and this series is still anyone's game. So it's not like they've lost this one just yet or anything. They still have the potential to win this series, whether it be in a 2-0 fashion or a 2-1 fashion. Everything's still on the table. But they do need to start patching those holes in the boat, because they're still taking on water, more than they can really afford. That's a good opening, though. tENSKI dry peeking into the op. Look at this.
Yeah, this is a great spot for JS Feldner. He's worked his way all the way through. That's what I was talking about before. He hopped on over many, and he just snuck completely past the garage players. I'm not sure quite how he's found this gap, but I know that there's going to be some rude surprises. Apparently not. Grape is ready for it. So that may have been calm. I think it had to be for him to be so prepared, and as it is, this is now looking like a shutdown round. Polo burning. But just too easy. About to be just too easy. He's been aerated with bullet holes. No! Nearly makes that happen. Takes that from being a 4-player alive round. It makes it so much more expensive here for Brazen. There's just not too many more rounds left to go. So Brazen should be able to limp this one over the line if they can just keep winning. Just keep winning. But, my goodness, these rounds have gotten expensive for them. And you can see the limitations. You can see the effect on their pocketbooks. Even in this round, the Grape's down an 8.
It just keeps happening. The same things over and over. They let Unjustified back into it, or let him do damage.
Toss playing towards ramp. Looks like that might be on the cards. Grape looking for it. Grape looking for the fight. Utility going to come through. Nice Molotov. Way too late. They're past. He hears those footsteps, so that's calmed on over. RZU coming in for the fight. That's bold, risky, mistimed for sure. An op has now been hand-delivered on over to them. Well, damage has been done onto JS Feldner, but the kill hasn't been found just yet. Brazen are very cautious of this one, and Unjustified are going to pump the brakes a little bit. Retake some lobby control. See what they can work here with their newfound weaponry in the form of Micro.
The op, it's going to be a bit difficult to use, perhaps, on an A-side entry. Polo in a very dangerous position, though, in the first vent corner. But tech cannot mow him down. tENSKI takes a lot of damage, but wins that duel. Dane's on the flank outside through lobby. Infinite out as well. Micro clearing in. Infinite has to be careful. They'll drop down the vents and in towards Grape, who will continue to keep a hold on the bomb. Last man standing is JS Feldner up towards Coat. Drops on down, running it back towards Unbreakable. And he'll just try and die at this point because he needs to make sure he gets the loss bonus. He'll die now. And there we are, 7-all. Timeout being called, and let's see who's this one's by. Probably going to be Unjustified. Yeah, it's an Unjustified tack. And it comes down into the last round of the half. And for Brazen, this was, what, a 7-3 scoreline in favor of Unjustified. It's been a good claw back for him, and if they could win this half, that would be a magnificent recovery, one that Unjustified will probably rue, even if they are able to win the match. Good solid buy from both sides, though. Opt for Cyrix again, but the adjustments that Brazen have made since their timeout has really worked out well. They're not over-aggressing. They're holding their lines. They're not giving the default the picks. And it's kind of thrown Unjustified into a bit of chaos where they're moving around, trying to find a pick, waiting for something. And now they're going to have to go fast and furious here towards the outer yard. The smoke is down, the Molotov as well. And a little bit of nade damage, plus an op kill from RZU aggressing outside. Polo's helped out as well, but Cyrix, the shotgun off, will take down his counterpart. And just too easy helps out onto Infinite, but takes a dink in the process. Dane around towards Mini, gonna try install this one. And does just breaks the bomb down low, and Micro comes through, but he can't come up with anything. Dane flicks around, great 90-degree. And this round, it looks like it's Brazen's, but the way we flip, it could be anyone's. It's all down to Cyrix now. 1v2 with the op. They're hunting. They're gone. We'll see you after the break.
And we're back into it here. 8-7 is the scoreline, which would seem to be a pretty solid one for Unjustified, but we haven't quite known what to expect from this matchup. See if Brazen can put things together here on the T side. Gonna go in towards a ramp early on, it seems. And this time, Just Too Easy's dualies make a whole lot more sense up on top of the hut. That's what we're expecting for him. Pressure in, micro erase. tENSKI soon to follow. Nice trades early on here for Brazen, and while the dualies are trying to come on in, they're being traded out effectively, and it all falls to Cyrix. So that's a tough spot to be in here for Cyrix. Never fun to play when you've lost both pistol rounds, and well, Cyrix trying to recover this one somehow, some way. It won't happen.
Nice round from Brazen. Both pistol rounds, as you alluded to, makes it so much easier to win a map. And for Brazen, that would make them win the match, too, if they're able to take out Nuke. They really recovered well off of their timeouts. They made the adjustments they needed to. Nuke had his say, and it's a good... That's what you have a coach for, right? The coach is supposed to notice what's going wrong and to help you make the adjustments. They fixed how they were playing. They didn't give Unjustified anything for free. And now they can try and snowball T half. They can get to 11, 12... before Unjustified get around the board. Be phenomenal for this T side of Brazen. The outside smoke walls are down, and Infinite's just going to book it into secret, running around with the MAC-10. Has an idea somebody could be on his backside. It decides to check that, though, and a push from tENSKI is found out by Polo, which means Infinite now can go up towards the A side, try and flick around back in. RZU adds a nice headshot onto Micro, and that's going to open up this map a little bit more. Grape takes a lot of damage from the scout of Cyrix. But the B site's wide open. Just Too Easy does find Infinite on his lurk, which might give a little bit of an opportunity. JS Feltner actually with a lot of work possible for him. Dane will try and clear him. Polo falls as well and hold the phone because now Unjustified have a man advantage. They could bring this one back. He's all down to RZU now as Grape gets caught. The bomb is down and they know exactly where RZU's coming from. He's going to drop down the ramp, making all the noise.
I don't know if they're close enough to hear that audio cue, actually. They certainly do have a pretty good idea of where he's coming from, though. Let's see if we can activate it. Player's low, right? This is doable. Clutch. He's to bring in the fight. Ooh, my goodness, that was a risky play to battle on into it. They had time on their side, but they wanted to take the initiative, and it does work out. So fair play there. Good shooting, but that could have been disastrous. It was a little quicker on the trigger. As it is, though, a big round to pick up for Unjustified, a massive one to find. And without a bomb plant there as well, Brazen don't feel fancy about contesting this next. It's double eco, though. So, frankly, hey, why not? Get in there. Throw some Tech Nines up. Make it risky, make it frisky. See if you can't pressure, because you're not getting a buy in the next.
Yeah, you might as well go for it. Tech Nines are a very viable weapon. And Infinite's going to go in for the P250, armor, and a Molotov. We'll see what Brazen want to buy. They call a timeout into this one, so they're second of the game. Tech Nines are going to start filing through. And we'll see what Dane and Grape want to end up picking up. There's no way they go into this with just Glocks. Come on, Dane. Buy something that's not utility. Buy an upgrade. There you go. Tech 9. Gets a little more utility here. 4 Tech 9s in the P250. Armor on 4 out of 5 players. And a couple of helmets, too. It's a buy that can do damage. And at this point, all you really want to do is do damage to that CT economy. They're going to go for the A-pop and run through the fire and the flames. And unlike Dragon Force, they won't carry on.
They had so many smokes. They still have 2 smokes. If you're going to sprint through that Molotov, smoke it. Why? They died without using those smokes. Why would you buy the utility if you don't intend to use it?
That is a very good question.
I mean, look, it was a low percentage round. They probably weren't going to convert it regardless, but that is frustrating to watch as an outside observer. You bought the utility. You invested into it. Why is no one ready for the possibility that your rush might get slowed down by a Molotov?
Yeah, somebody's got to play firefighter there.
That's rough. That's painful.
Third man in's got to be firefighter.
Ah, that hurts. Okay. All right. Polo's already dead. I need to block this one. We're expecting literally nothing, and we are doing nothing. They're going to die one after another. Limbs are slaughtered. They identified an AK, and they died on that AK. I'll charitably say to avoid giving up kills to the SMGs.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a round to go die in the Molotov, right? Remember that meta?
Yeah, that was a weird one.
That was a very weird meta.
That was a weird one. Everyone would wait till a molly got thrown and then just stand in it to avoid giving up the kill reward. It was back in the
Glad
days
that
of
went away.
hard resets, though, where the economy was so much more brutal, so it at least made a tiny bit more sense.
It did, except for the fact that it would give 1,500 over whoever got the molly kill.
Yeah, and
Still,
also
like-
that there was no, like, you could, if you took one gun out of their hands, it was worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And look how much HUT and lobby control Unjustified have. They know everything Brazen are doing here with that little simple aggression. And they're just going to pick them off one by one. That's 2 players down for Brazen. Just too easy, working around towards Garage. And RZU actually does get a trade back on a JS Feltner. But for Brazen, this is their full buy against the bonus. They need to get some more kills. They need to win this round, or at the very least do more damage. Infinite doesn't suspect there could be another guy lurking and just gets baited in. 4v2 to Unjustified, and this is a round they need to win.
That's such a quintessential setup. It's such a classic to have the 2 players there in the crossfire. Oh man, Nuke is really not Brazen's map, is what we're learning from this game so far. RZU will attempt to bring this back, but encouraging here. Utility down. Not expecting a player to be in mini, I guess. Down he goes. It's just a lot of oversights, a lot of guessing and assumptions that players aren't in positions that they are, and it is getting punished repeatedly here by Unjustified.
Yeah, this is a really rough showing from Brazen on this map. I mean, you look at their nuke stats and 28.9% win rate on T-sided rounds. That doesn't look good, right? They've played it 3 times. They've lost it 3 times. They've only won 22 rounds. They've lost 48. It doesn't look good. That 8-round CT side, that recovery was like, okay, maybe there's something. But once they've gone on towards the T side, the pistol round was the only thing that really gave a glimmer of hope. Everything else has been quite abysmal so far. There's a nice tech 9 play from RZU, but they've overlooked the top HUT player. And JS Feltner is going to get at least one out of there. They'll go down. But tENSKI and Cyrix and Micro come through to save the day. A couple of kills come through overall, but that CT economy is more than able to weather the storm. Brazen just overlooking these angles one more time. And it doesn't matter if they're on the pistols or the rifles. There's always at least one critical angle they're not clearing.
I mean, it's one thing on the pistols. You kind of got to gamble. You kind of got to go for something frisky. But here's really, I think, probably their last good chance to get this map in whack, right? I want to see them work together. I don't want to see individual plays. I don't want to see them isolated. I want to see them work as a pack. I want to see them move as a pack. And I want to see them clear things. Go for a straightforward play. Go for something. Have the util set up. Have it thought out. Whatever your take is, whatever the T-side take you are most confident in being able to execute perfectly, run it.
So what you're saying is you want them to play Team Counter-Strike?
Yeah, but I just want to see them do it start to finish. It feels like they break down in the mid-round a lot of the time where panic sets in, and I want to see one round where they run to what is clearly the plan and execute it.
Mid-rounds are arguably the most important part of a game, too. It's where you can either make or break a round. Yeah, the start's good. Yeah, the finish has to be there. But without a good mid-round, you won't set yourself up to even have a chance to finish. And what we're seeing from Brazen is they do about 1 to 2/3 of the work.
Well, here's going to come to play outside. They've got a Molotov down. It looks like smokes might follow it, or they're just going to peek around that one molly, making sure there's not a player close up by the red box. If they dry peek into this op, I think they're going to suffer for it. That's one player's been spotted. Information gained. Now the smokes come through. After having tipped their hat that at least one player was here, but they have worked somebody into garage. It's been a while since they've had to establish control outside. Infinite's got this now. His teammates are positioned to potentially go in towards the ramp room. It does seem to be what they're going to focus upon. So having worked Infinite in position now, let some time whittle off the clock. It's a bad move, but the problem is Infinite's coming back out of garage. Oh, he's got no idea that the op's still here. No idea. Cyrix might have him. Infinite gets the spot first, but not the kill, and the execution is there. The shot isn't there as well. 1 for 1 goes JS Feltner by the board. Also wrapping the cooling towers. Here's a chance. Here's an opportunity. They've actually got an op posted on Heaven. Now 1 by 1 they fall, and Micro's forcing the issue here. Somehow it's almost working, but no. A round on the board, a chance, an opportunity here for Brazen. They may finally be able to do something in this half.
We'll see. They have to string rounds together first. That is the most important thing, is to string some rounds together. If the rounds are isolated, they can win a round here and there, but Unjustified could win the Battle of Trades. They get to 16 first in that case. But that was a round where Brazen did play as a team. They used good utility. They cleared their angles. Another well-used timeout of this map so far from Brazen. They have to string it together again. Nice aggressive play by tENSKI, though, up on top of Red Box. Spots out Infinite. He's a big player to take out. Infinite's really good at lurking on this map, too. He's able to find a way to get back in the back lines and find a way to backstab the opposition. But he's no longer a factor in this round. RZU can get an opening. Dane's actually rushed out towards ramp. RZU does get the free kill. Micro has pushed around and doubled down. All down to the Opera Brazen now as they get picked off, plucked away. And he's just flicking around because what can he really do in this situation? Maybe one with a leg shot. Goes back for more. But no double dipping allowed in this soup. It's going to be a 13th on the board here for Unjustified. Another timeout called, and this should be the 4th and final from Brazen. Let's double check here. Yeah, it is.
Do you double dip in soup? Do you dip in soup to begin with?
Yeah, bread. I'm hungry. I'm thinking soup, not chips and dip.
But then double dipping in soup. Presumably it's just your soup. Is this a communal soup pot bot? What's going on here?
It's the communal stew over the fire in medieval Bavaria.
Medieval Bavaria. All right, there's more lore to this throwaway reference than I was expecting of double dipping in this stew. There's a story here. Turns out Boggs invented time travel, and he only uses it for culinary experiences. Would actually be probably pretty lousy, because spices were not widely available, so most food would be stinky poo-poo.
I mean,
salt,
it'd be venison,
certainly.
probably, so I'm down for that.
Ooh. Got some aggression up top. Got some presence in the lobby. Brazen have gone full send into this one. Even with the MAC 10s, they are starting to feel the heat of their circumstances. Starting to feel the pull of Oblivion. And specifically, the pull of Ancient. Reminder, Ancient is our 3rd map. Kind of love it. Neither team has a massive map history on it. But it's going to be somewhat interesting if we do get there.
This angle could work out so well from Cyrix, but the smokes will come in. He might take a blind shot. No, if he clicked mouse 1 instead of unscoping. That would have been a kill. But no, he lets him by. There's a couple players into secret, but that's been calmed. Unjustified, no. They know there could be snakes down below. Snakes in the plane. Or in the tunnel, as the case may be. And Brazen is defaulting.
On the plane or in the tunnel, as the case may be. I mean, planes are really just tunnels that fly through the air, right?
Yes, they are.
You're in a tunnel of aluminum.
You're in a pressurized aluminum tunnel.
Suspended in the air. This is great positioning.
Oh, it is
this tunnel. But they do still have to get past the setup of Micro and tENSKI. That's the real question. Their teammates are going to try and join them through ramp, and actually this could be really bad because you'll see Cyrix is not watching. So it's a matter of putting pressure on towards tENSKI. Here comes the hit. Micro's down 1 for 1. That's not good enough. They need to deal with tENSKI, though. He's holding the line. Good damage, but only 1 kill. Health isn't great. Just Too Easy is here to drop him one by one, all onto RZU. The lone man in no time either means that he just has to save. The Alt will live into the next round, but nothing else will. Hope will die. And Unjustified climb ever closer to that 3rd map decider.
It's looking closer and closer here. They're knocking on the door. Brazen are about to open it for him. Say, come on in. There's a spot of tea and some cookies with it. This is an utter collapse for Brazen on this map. And Ancient, we'll see if it proves any better, but at least for Unjustified, they had a decent result against Team 1, only losing by 3, and Team 1's a solid Ancient team. So right now for Brazen, The danger bells need to be sounding. Infinite has $1,000 left over and only has P250. Could have gotten a Mac 10 or a Tech 9, either of which would have been a better option than the $300 one dink machine. They have a bit of a utility prep, though. Flash will go through, Molotov in as well, and secondary flash coming in, but will it actually spur the take on? Grape has a chance! Just too easy taken down. Grape's got one. Dane has fallen after taking out just too easy. Rifle up in heaven, give you a big play for Unjustified to try and stall this one out. Try and keep the bomb from going down, but it's going to go down on opposite side of the silo. That nade does a lot of damage, but Infinite's picked up an op. He's also picked up Micro. Last two players coming from heaven. Infinite's op strikes for a second, and Grape on the Mac 10 gets that last one. Interesting angle to get a Mac 10 kill, but Brazen, they'll stay alive for now. 3 rounds shy of Unjustified.
Bit of the sunk cost fallacy creeping in there for Unjustified. Their money was not good enough to justify throwing away those gens. Once they lose the first pick, realistically, they should be saving. By the time it's just the op alive in heaven, they should certainly be saving that gun, but they're too tempted into the chase, and so they go for it. Timeout going to come in here. I'd imagine this is actually from Unjustified to figure out where they are financially, and the answer is stinky poo-poo. It's bad. It's rough. It's ouch. They don't have the cash to invest into this round. They are going to need to eco. Some partial buys can come in, perhaps, but it's about figuring out what they're going to do in the next gun round that really matters. Because while they do have a lead, that little disappear in the wink of an eye, and we know how out of whack that CT economy can get. So they will invest little to nothing in this round. Seems like the answer might be nothing, which I actually quite like. I will see what they get in the next. The next will have enough money for a double up, if I'm not mistaken. Second round loss bonus, right? Maybe third round? Counting is hard.
I think it would be second here.
Okay, so 1,900 coming in. EWP available.
They can get 1. They could probably get 2, but would it even be worth it? I
Utility's
don't think
valuable.
it would be worth it. Also, double op retake doesn't work out too well.
Not ideal for sure. Infinite, a little bit more ideal here, this spot. They're just going to try and punish him specifically. Where's the triple stack? Is it on the lockers?
Oh,
here we go. It's up on top of the HVAC.
Yeah.
They're feeling cool. They say chill, and Infinite says no. Let's see if Infinite can turn down the temperature here. He's starting to feel the heat. He's a pretty cool customer. No problem here for Infinite. It will eventually get wrapped around. That's one gun retrieved, and Micro is going to play hide the AK.
Yeah, he's going to book it into spawn. Just save that AK. That is job done for Unjustified now. If they can pick up another rifle or two, that would help a lot. But that would be a little bit of hope right there. Getting another gun is probably a little less likely. Still, though, the next round should be a much stronger buy. And if they can get a really solid result, wipe out Brazen, get to that 15th, they should have this map locked up. Now, the problem arises if they do lose the next round. Because the CT economy, as we've said all night, is very mean to the CT side. The CT side is never allowed to increase. You're always a loss or two away, usually, from being fully reset. And when the game gets this late, you can't afford to get reset in a dangerous zone. And the way that this reset would actually work, too, I think would put Unjustified up against the brink if Brazen were to get to 15. So they're in a really bad spot. They need to get to 15 here and now. No op. They don't go for the op.
No, they don't. They emphasize the utility instead. They go all the way in on this one. Rifles up in a big way. So look down outside. This will allow a long path into secret. And look at who's coming to greet them. tENSKI's in position. RZU, though, gets the opening kill. And tight up here is Cyrix. tENSKI finds one. He's going to be able to withdraw as well. Cyrix overplays his hand, pressing on forward, trying to find an advantage, instead finding death. Micro low as well. This one's falling apart. Brazen, if they can crack through this round, their opportunity is going to be massive to actually just put this game away and put the series away. Oh no! Through the squeaky door goes JS Feltner. One found. Chaos reigning. They need to deal with Micro back behind the Moon Towers, but he's got the timing utility in hand for Grape. Overplay in there. Not realizing a player was still alive. It's all into Arzu. Could just slink down the vent. He's got a full belt of utility as well. He's been holding these nades, or at least picking them up from bodies.
Does he know?
He may have spotted a player. Yeah, he does. Molotov's going to go in there, and he's going down the vent. Interesting read. tENSKI, not expecting this in the slightest, will not be able to deny this bomb plant. But then the question is, where does RZU actually want to play from in the post? Out in the open. That's going to work out. Quite a bold one. Snappy on the shooting. What a shot for RZU. Put the pressure on himself. Had to hit that shot, or he was over and done with. And he does indeed.
A great nuke. 24 kills for each. Really being the shining lights for Brazen. Having critical kills in a lot of critical moments. And they've been the two that have really pushed this team forward. Everyone else around 14, 13 kills. It's quite an interesting parallel between the top and the bottom, where the top two are tied in kill count and the bottom three are essentially tied in kill count. Infinite, though, will get to 15 as he mows down Cyrix. The aggressive pistol push coming into the lobby, expected and read well by Brazen, and about an easy mop-up as you can get. I mean, Infinite down low, Grape dying. It could have been a little more dangerous, actually, but here's the problem. It's 14-14.
Yeah.
And if Unjustified lose,
It's
they're
over.
broke. It's not technically over. There's a chance they could live with the MP9s and the FAMASs, and because they'll be on max loss, but it is must-win territory now for Unjustified.
Yes, it is. They got to do it here. They got the AWP up. It's glass cannon. See where they take it. It's going to be outside. Cyrix got checked here previously. Aggression coming through. tENSKI wants to force the fight. He's been spotted. Infinite! Infinite! Infinite!
Bro.
Time to get your eyes checked, Infinite! The head was bobbing up in his vision, and he tunneled in and did not realize what was happening there.
It was in his
Sometimes you can
crosshair.
excuse it for aspect ratios or any of those things. That time, no. Just did not see what was right before his eyes. Danejoris gonna get TK'd. Grape put him down in the dirt. And then Grape was dropped as well. So this is now turned into a 2v3 off of an unfortunate TK. And this will determine everything. tENSKI wins it. All on to RZU. This has been an absolute clone car of a round for Brazen. And now it's just falling apart as RZU slowly peeks into an angle he knows the player's holding. Map point found for Unjustified. That one perhaps gift wrapped. Looked like the player outside should have been checked. The ramp player, that probably should have been a one and done. Instead, it's a TK and then a one and done. Oh my goodness, the wheels have come off for Brazen at the worst possible moment. They had everything working in their favor, and now they need overtime. They need one more round for OT.
Oh man. Yeah, this has been a very awkward map for Brazen. And one that's going to be a very painful demo review, regardless of whether or not they win. There's an opening for RZU, though. tENSKI up on top. Does get picked off just too easy around the smoke, looking for an angle. But Brazen are going to slow things down after that pick. In the meantime, though, Cyrix is going to get caught off guard. That's going to force Just Too Easy to back away a little bit more, play a little more defensive. Because Unjustified now only have 3 players. Okay, now just 2 against the 5 of Brazen. The picks are flying for the T side. And we might not be done just yet. Flash into mini overtime looming. Brazen, 1 player left. It's just too easy. And Grape's on the hunt. Grape's got the last 2. And there we go to half. Overtime. We'll see you in a bit.
And we're back into it here, folks. We're back into the fun. We're back into the fray. Back into the madness. Overtime required to figure out what's actually going to happen between these two teams. Brazen, well, they're trying to bring the fire quickly here in OT, and once again, they are burning in a Molotov against Leaky. They have spent a lot of health on this, but they are getting the kills. And so far, it's looking pretty dang good. The health, not so much. These players are a wisp away from death, but they just keep finding the actual headshots that they need. And at this point, the bomb's likely to go down, and there's not a whole lot Unjustified can do about it.
Oh, the secondary molly buys so much more time. Cyrix is getting tagged and burned and everything but put in a bag. I feel like Brazen are allergic to smoking the mollies, but on another side, they did a great job to eliminate the players on site, but now they've lost the only player with health. That was the op of RZU. 2 players, 1 shot. Dane's at 32. And surely not. Unjustified are not saving. There's no way they're saving. There's no way they could be saving here.
They're saving. They don't have a chance back into it, and it is 12,500, so there is a theoretical way to run out of money. It's not likely, but apparently they're wary of it, so they are going to go ahead and punt on it, which, unfortunate. So they won't be able to realize the opportunity of the damage that they did. And as it is going to be Brazen moving up 1-0 in this series. I'm sure Brazen are wondering what could have been if they didn't have that weird miscue round where they miss players and shoot each other in the back of the heads and just seem to have everything go off the rail at once. But hey, if they can make up for it here in overtime, it's all forgiven. It's no harm, no foul. Who cares about that? It's all fine.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's stuff they don't need to fix moving forward, but in the short term, it's phenomenal. They take this series, they go to 2-0 on the season, and for Brazen, realistically, this is a team that they need to win if they want to have any aspirations. So they don't start this round off too well, as Infinite gets picked off, and the player first is just sitting there. Great with a nice entry, but just too easy. Oh, actually does get one. Distracts for tENSKI, but he does get nothing. Just too easy. Struck for a second. Finished off 2v2. Polo caught by Micro. Now all down to the op of RZU. Has the bomb and a wide open B set, but a 1v2 with the op is not an easy situation. He'll get an open plant at the very least. And if he can reposition well, he can definitely win this, but Unjustified can split this one. Don't go alone. Don't go alone. The flash is going to be dodged, and the kill's going to come here from Micro. Well done by Unjustified. They don't go alone. The flash is a good start, and they tied it back up at 16-all.
Yeah, Isaac just loves these extremely high-risk gamble plays. He's always making these plays, right? Instead of making that play the logical way, tucking back in, playing where you actually have cover, where you can take a peek and back off, he stays right out in the open, hoping that they pop the door and he can surprise somebody. And he's just always making that high-risk gamble. Sometimes it works out, and when it does, he looks brilliant. But other times, he eats a flashbang with nowhere to go and dies with no chance to actually defend the bomb. So very much is the definition of a double-edged sword. Now we'll see who can take the edge. Into the second half of OT. That's a nice start. tENSKI trying to get aggressive, gets absolutely demolished. Dumpster dropped. Whatever you want to say about it, the end result is that now there's a lot of room outside for Brazen to rumble through, and they are going to take full advantage. They got a player in garage, they got players down secret, they got everything you could possibly want. The only thing they could do would be if they drop the bomb elsewhere. They'll leave RZU alone here in garage. They'll work it slow. In the meantime, to bring that pressure lower, but Unjustified are adjusting quickly. 2 players down already. And actually, Brazen are not committed to this. Not committed to this at all. That would have been a huge find, but RZU in transition instead gets caught. Now the numbers are brought back, and Cyrix is wise to their games.
But there comes Polo to get this one back into the man advantage for Brazen. Bomb still walking down towards B. Just too easy. Loses that fight against Grape. Gets the dink, and that's it. Micro and Cyrix have to do it all. There's going to bring it down to a 2v2. Cyrix back up towards the A side now. Bomb up there as well. Dane's going to try and run that. Get that plant down wide. No, he's going to go for the Heaven backside hut plant. Cyrix going through lobby now, and Grape is very low on health. The op kind of makes it a moot point, but the rifle of Micro is where that HP gets a little dangerous. Cyrix has a bit of utility and a kit. It's all down to him now. Gets the first onto Dane. One shot for each player, and it's not planted for Grape. He's got a smoke for it as well. This is a round for
Grape
for
left.
Unjustified.
Grape left.
What?
He left. He went. He thought he was going to rotate through heaven. He thought that they'd play it slow, but instead they just stick it. He just sticks it. So it's in the lead for Unjustified. Oh my goodness. That was definitely a miscalculation. Made the risky play, made the challenge, but with the bomb not planted for him, with him not in position to do anything about it, he tried to go for the rotate around. It was just, that doesn't work if they just stick it. Doesn't work at all. He wasn't even close enough to hear the tap on the bomb. He wasn't close enough to hear the smoke going down. It's just disaster there. No chance to contest.
Yeah, with that amount of time, he can't play it slow. He's got to try at the very least to bait out the fight, and it's not planted for you.
Bit of a bummer. Bit of a bummer.
Major
Miscommunications, miscoordination, perhaps, but we are going to be headed into that second half of overtime here in just a flash. We've still got more Counter-Strike to play, but it is advantage for Unjustified.
It is advantage Unjustified, but the thing is, they got to get a couple. They still got to win 2 on the T side, and it's easier said than done.
It is, yeah. I've seen a lot of miscues from Brazen here. I'm curious to see what's going to happen outside, as we've seen that be a pain point for Brazen, I think, on both halves, to be quite frank. Obviously, that last round, tENSKI goes aggressive and gets dropped immediately, but I'd say more often than not, we've seen Unjustified have success there, and it's really limited the options for Brazen here throughout the match. We'll be hopping into it here in just a flash here, folks. But reminder of what's at stake. If Unjustified win this, we head to Ancient. If Brazen take it through, we're done. We're done for the night. We're done for the evening. We're wrapped up with a nice little bow, and we're ready to move on out. So let's see what's going to happen, folks. You ready? I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's get on in here, Boggs.
Oh, I've been ready. I was born ready.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you were born ready.
Well, only one off for Brazen.
What's going on here? Unjustified still defusing the bomb?
Well, actually, that means they have the bomb planted.
Ah, there we go.
There we go.
Bomb's
They'd already planted the bomb before it even started.
That's a really big benefit if you start the round with the bomb down. Or is it? The CTs could just beat you in a foot race.
That is true, especially... What was that smoke from Infinite? That's the definition of an NA smoke right there. And we'll see if that comes back to bite him. tENSKI burns a little bit, and this outside control is right there for Unjustified, with only one lone Infinite to try and stall this push, try and get anything up. He stays up, he gets the kill, but just too easy's there. There's the opening frag, the opening pick for the T side. 2 rounds away, Unjustified, bringing us to Ancient. And now only a few kills away from this round. Dane's able to get 1, but that's about it.
Yeah, positioning's a little wonky here. The pop has actually gone all the way around because RZU always making the bold play. This time he doesn't connect. The bomb is down in a 2v2.
Oh, they don't have a smoke
going to happen
flash.
Here. Oh, Cyrix playing from the hut. He's checked, and there's both players down, so the retake is successful. The defuse will be on, and it's 17 all, anyone's game. This one is ripped wide open.
It is wide open indeed, and a weird round that somehow ends up the way of Brazen. It's like one of those old carnival games where you drop the thing and it bounces off all the little bars and eventually it lands in a little zone, little cup or something, and it eventually landed in the Brazen side. That one was bizarre, and Unjustified should have won that round. They had so many opportunities to do so, and just got mowed away in the last 2v2, which it shouldn't have even gotten to that point either. But for Brazen, it gives them life again. It ties things up. They only need 1 to get to overtime 2. First to 19, as it says on the board underneath the clock right there. And for Brazen, that is a good opportunity. Infinite repositioning around outside. He's been very good at playing in different spots. He's not playing the same spot over and over again. He's been hard to predict, and tENSKI runs right in, knife out. Free pick for Infinite. And a much better start to the round for Brazen, but that start necessarily hasn't been what's decided a game or a round for either of these two teams. And an audible seems to be called for Unjustified. Micro creeping through hut. Might get the drop on him through the smoke. There's 2 players around the angle for Brazen. This is a really bizarre hut hold where they're just going to walk in dry.
I didn't expect the player close up. It is a 1-for-1 trade, so it's still all right. Control is making Brazen. They don't realize Jace Feltner's gotten into heaven. This is huge positioning. Just giving up. No control outside, and now they're starting to suffer for it. Players coming back in from mini. It's going to be the rapid hit, but a little bit of weirdness. Bomb drop right in front of the vent. Infinite realizes the situation. If Grape can create an opening for him, this could be the punish. 35 seconds. Jace Feltner's still up in heaven, which means the position is a little distracted. Can't quite keep his teammate safe. That's the catch. Now they have to drop. It's a 1v1. But the advantage is here for Grape. Jace Feltner has to make the move. He'll fake the drop, trying to bait the approach. And now he's down and in. And he's just going to force this bomb down to dirt. And Grape's been slow on the rotate. So who's got the shot as he comes off the C4? Grape picking the wrong side. Jace Feltner's been able to slip away. He's taking the initiative here. And now Grape has no idea what's going on. Jace Feltner going all the way around. All right, Grape, just stick it. He's just going to stick it. I don't know if Jace Feltner's going to get here in time.
He does.
He's still walking it. He realizes now it's too late. 18 rounds on the board for Brazen.
Match point, timeout called for Unjustified. Their fourth and final to try and bring this one back. Their buy will be there with AKs. They forego the op, despite having the money to get it. Brazen are 1 round shy. But can they put it over the line is the better question. They've struggled. They've had missed opportunities before. This map has been a roller coaster of emotion, a roller coaster of flips and turns, and even a couple of loop-de-loops thrown on in there. They did get that defuse back, though, so at least they're very happy to get that back. Oh, a technical pause looks to have been called here. Yeah, it looks to be short, though, so we shouldn't be on a technical for too long. Unjustified having a bit of issues. They want to go into this final round with everything they have available.
Someone just got too
Working
excited.
properly.
Smashed the keyboard. You know, got to do a hot swap. Put your keys back on.
My bet a wireless mouse died.
A wireless mouse died. Hopefully
That's
not.
my bet.
Never.
See, that's why you go for the good old analog wired things.
Yeah, you're a wired boy?
Yep.
I too am a wired boy. But mine is a much more practical solution. They're cheaper.
I mean, you can get a wired mouse for the same price as a wireless mouse these days.
You can get anything for the same price. Like, you can. There's no limit to how much money you can spend on any object, right?
Yeah,
But,
ask Blue about his keyboards.
But I prefer practicality. Smoke's on in, smoke's outside. Infinite is maybe coming in. The answer outside is very slow and late. RZU instead strikes first. Grape's got information. Only spotted one. No reaction just yet. RZU's actually being floated back in just in case there's more presence. This is perhaps an over-rotate. It's still players working outside, and they're allowing them a ton of space. Outside's been completely given up. Having seen one player in towards ramp, they completely vacate outside. So here's a chance back into the round for Unjustified. tENSKI is all the way through. He's going to get heaven for free. Again, this is what Just Too Easy did last round and nearly managed to bring them the round. Might just do it again. Could just work his way into ramp. Brazen have completely given up the sights to go for lobby instead. It's a role reversal here. The bomb can walk in many. Danejoris has found a kill as a result, but this mini-map is madness to try and read. tENSKI's all the way back through. They're fighting in reverse situation. It's Looney Tunes town. It's madness out here, and it's pressure on, and somehow it just keeps coming up Brazen. Unjustified can't hang with the sickness, with the madness, with the craziness of this round. And now the double swing will give tENSKI a chance back into this. It would require the ace, but Brazen has certainly made it possible for him. 20 seconds. Provided the Brazen players don't overpeak or overcommit, this should not be doable. 15 seconds. There's just no time. tENSKI has to go for the hunt. He doesn't even have the bomb yet. It's outside. He does not have time to plant this. The only thing Brazen could do wrong right now would be to fight him. They won't do it. This one's going to
They will
end.
do it.
Yes, they do. They do fight it. They do swing for no reason whatsoever, but at least it works out. At least it happens. They really tried. They really tried to give that another overtime. They really tried to fumble that last round, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. So it's okay. They take the 2-0. My goodness, what a maddening map of Nuke that was for both sides, Boggs. But the end result is the same. This fly will not leave me alone.